I just started watching Mad Men. And so when you raise a culture that way, everyone, quote, knows their place, and normal things that we don't find normal now are normal there. Like, hey, you have nice legs. Your boss might want to see that, and maybe you should start wearing a skirt so we could see, like, what's wrong with you? Don't you want to move up in this world? Or, guys just oogling and ogling the females in the office. And, that's just, you either use it for your benefit or not. But it's evident that can change if we just say, hey, pipe down and teach people a different way. Children could be raised any which way.
It's true. I mean, one of the things that helped that, that shift was, I think, the pill sort of became popular around maybe the 60s or something. And so that was something that enabled women to actually, when men are like, you're to have babies. And then it was, at least if men were having sex with them, then it was a little bit out of their control until the pill was around. And other kinds of, contraception became like their responsibility. And
Is that true?
I'm pretty sure.
Huh. What'd you say? You were watching Mad Men. How many shows did you see? Just the first one?
Well, last night I stayed up until 4 a.m. because I'm like, what's next?
How mad are these men going to be?
It's unbelievable. They do it so well. Like, they're obviously...
Nobody's been able to sell this show on me because they go, Keith, you'll love it. I'm like, what's it about? And like, advertising. Okay. But they smoke and they're racist. I'm like, wow, I'm a shithead, right? That's going to sell it on me?
Yeah.
It's interesting because it's telling you a story and it's placed in a time and you think they're exaggerating. Obviously, they're shoving a lot of points into one. Like, they're showing the gay guy who's clearly undercover and saying shit, and they're showing the overly sexual woman who works in the office, and then the polar opposite, the woman who's like, why is everyone looking at me all the time?
Right.
So they're putting all the aspects in because they're trying to paint a picture.
Meanwhile, even back then, sometimes you just sat down and ate a sandwich.
Right. Yeah. But to be honest, that happens still where, you're just a woman walking down the street and it's like, does everyone have to look at me all the time? Are you just constantly and so
yeah, you should put a burqa on.
Yeah, so I think that did happen. I don't think that you were ever just eating your lunch. So for example, in the first episode, the single girl, the single girl goes...
Spoiler.
Yeah.
Where are we at now? See, this is why I can't jump on board this. We're at 8 seasons or something?
No, I think they're in 5 maybe. They're around 5.
That's the same to me.
It's amazing, yeah. So she goes to the doctor. She's single, and she's looking for birth control. And he goes, I could tell by the thing that you filled out and by your hand that you're not married. And she's like, no, I'm not. And he goes... but you want birth control. And I was like, what the fuck? and he goes, and he's already smoking a cigarette while he's examining her. He's like, well, I'm going to give you this, but I don't want to find out that you've become the town whore. I could, and then he goes, and that's going to be, something like $8 a month, but don't feel like you have to have sex with everyone just to get your money's worth. And he's just talking like this, and there was a meeting and the guy goes, I can't have a woman talking to me like this. And he just leaves. Meanwhile, she's the head of her company and he works for her.
Yep.
It's unbelievable. And that happened. And that it's not a million generations away. It just passed.
Yeah, it's like Game of Thrones. You're like, oh, this is not real. But
right.
But it was.
KeithAndTheGirl.com